At the end of the previous episode, the group led by Xiao Yan had entered the center of the ancient wasteland region. Here he encountered people from the Gu clan, the Hun clan, and several other top-tier factions. Afterwards, they decided to form an alliance to break through the beast tide. Now let us continue with the next developments. At this moment in the sky, the eyes of Hun Yu swept across Xiao Yan's group, then shifted downward. The square below was already nearly deserted. He had no intention of exchanging more words with them. With a loud laugh, his figure took the lead, soaring rapidly toward the northern horizon. Immediately afterward, numerous other teams followed, carrying the sound of tearing winds. Xiao Yan's group blended into this tide of experts. They did not advance too close to the front, for the vanguard position was the one that exhausted energy the fastest. The figures resembled flocks of birds streaking across the heavens, covering 100 miles in mere moments. When they passed over a vast green mountain, an endless dark plain suddenly unfolded before their eyes. Xiao Yan's gaze swept over it, and he immediately inhaled sharply. Stretching to the ends of the horizon, countless black masses surged herds upon herds of enormous magical beasts, densely packed, forming a colorful sea of ferocity. Roars and howls rumbled like thunder, echoing violently through the world. So this is the ancient wasteland region's beast tide. Truly terrifying. Xiao Yan muttered, a cold breath escaping his lips. Compared to that endless tide, their group was nothing more than ants. His eyes shifted toward the very end of the dark plain, where, according to legend, the Bodhi Ancient Tree awaited. At this moment, Hun Yu's voice echoed. Everyone ahead lies the beast tide. Now is the best time to charge through. Since I was the one who proposed this alliance, my people will temporarily take the vanguard. Once they are exhausted, others will take their place. Hearing this, many secretly exhaled in relief, yet Xiao Yan only sneered inwardly. He knew all too well the ways of the Hall of Souls. To speak of fairness in such a place, what a ridiculous joke. The massive formation gradually took shape, resembling a sharp arrowhead, piercing into the beast tide. At the very front was Hun Yu and his black-robed subordinates. Once the formation stabilized, Hun Yu raised his hand, his figure surging forward like lightning, charging straight toward the endless beast tide. The howling of the wind echoed as countless experts followed closely behind, their momentum shaking the heavens. In the blink of an eye, the distance of 1,000 meters vanished. The countless magical beasts ahead quickly detected the intruders, releasing furious roars that thundered across the skies. Their cries roused even more savage beasts from all directions. Kill. With a loud roar, Hun Yu erupted with terrifying Du Qi. Within a radius of 100 meters, all beasts were crushed into bloody mist. The enormous formation clashed head-on with the beast tide. The terrifying collision created waves of destruction, shockwaves sweeping outward as Du Qi and blood intermingled. The weaker beasts at the outer edges were quickly slain. Xiao Yan's group, positioned at the center of the formation, only occasionally struck out. Instead, he observed the situation with calm eyes. These outer beasts are only small fry. Once we go deeper, the true danger will appear. As expected, after advancing another 1,000 meters, the pressure intensified sharply. Ferocious Du ancestor-level beasts launched themselves forward like maniacs, bloodlust filling the air. Shuna's beautiful face grew solemn. She flicked her palm, sending beams of golden Du Qi slicing through several charging beasts. Her clear voice rang out. Dao ancestor beasts have appeared. If we continue deeper, even stronger ones will show up. Everyone be cautious. Don't let them pin you down. Xiao Yan nodded gravely. By now their retreat was already cut off. Surrounded on all sides, they had no choice but to keep pushing forward. The battle quickly turned tragic. Miserable screams echoed as one expert after another fell, their blood dyeing the dark plain red. At that moment, Xiao Yan's sharp eyes narrowed. Hun Yu, where is he? Indeed, those who had charged at the very front were continuously being forced into the beast tide, torn apart in an instant. Yet Hun Yu and several black-robed experts had already slipped back behind the lines, quietly recovering their strength. And then, like venomous vipers, they abandoned the battlefield entirely, leaving their so-called allies to be devoured alive. Just as I expected, Xiao Yan sneered, coldly murderous intent flashing in his eyes. The scene ahead was beyond miserable. Countless experts were being shredded by ferocious beasts, the formation collapsing into chaos. Blood poured like rain corpses piling into mountains. While others were forced to fight to the death, Hun Yu merely smiled sinisterly, leading his own men away to safety, using the lives of others as nothing more than fodder. Bastard Xiao Yan ground his teeth, his figure exploding forward in speed, dragging Shun and his companions with him, unwilling to be swallowed by the spiral of death behind. Xiao Yan's group fought desperately, carving a bloody path through the tide. After a fierce struggle, they finally broke free from the endless swarm of beasts. Looking back, barely 10 meters away, countless magical beasts still howled madly. Yet strangely, not a single one dared to step further, as if an invisible force barred them from advancing.
"We're out," Xiao Yan muttered under his breath, his heart loosening in relief.
But as soon as he exhaled, his eyes turned toward the distant horizon. Deep within the dark plain, a towering ancient tree stood solitary and majestic. It was a colossal tree, its trunk rising thousands of meters high, branches spreading like a canopy that blotted out the sky. From it surged streams of mysterious sacred aura, sometimes condensing into strange shapes, brimming with unfathomable mystery. Both Shun Medusa, Little Dr. Fairy, and Qinglin gasped in awe. That is, the Bodhi Ancient Tree. Even those from ancient clans like Jun had only ever seen mentions of it in records. Witnessing it now with their own eyes shook their very souls.
"So huge," Little Dr. Fairy whispered softly.
Even at a great distance, the divine pressure emanating from the Bodhi Ancient Tree weighed upon their hearts. It was as if the tree stood outside of time itself, defying the ages. Xiao Yan steadied his heart, eyes flashing with determination. No doubt about it. Beyond the beast tide lies the Bodhi Ancient Tree. Without hesitation, he waved his hand and led the charge forward. But before long, sounds of tearing wind erupted behind them. Another group stumbled out of the beast tide. It was Ju Feng of the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan, followed by their many experts and even several other factions. Their eyes instantly turned blood red upon seeing the colossal tree. Roaring, they forced their battered bodies onward, chasing after Xiao Yan's group. Hearing the sounds behind him, Xiao Yan sneered coldly in his heart. "So you made it out alive too? No matter, first we must reach the Bodhi Ancient Tree." His group surged ahead, Du Qi exploding as their speed increased, racing toward the divine tree. As they drew near, they discovered that beneath the shade of its vast canopy was a radiant halo of light shaped like a colossal heart, beating slowly yet thunderously. "That's the Bodhi Heart," someone exclaimed in shock. At that instant, rustling sounds emerged from the dense canopy above. A beam of light descended, condensing into 5 figures. Their faces were expressionless, their steps slow and mechanical, yet every movement sent violent ripples through space itself. An oppressive half-saint aura rolled outward, causing all present to blanch in terror.
Half-saint," someone cried out in disbelief.
Xiao Yang sucked in a breath, his heart trembling violently. But then his sharp eyes noticed something strange. No, these bodies carry no life force. They're puppets. Shun Er's gentle voice confirmed, her face grave. Yes, these are half-saint experts, refined into lifeless puppets. Only the Bodhi Ancient Tree could possess such an unfathomable ability. Her words sent chills down every spine. Suddenly, Hun Yu's eyes widened in horror, his voice trembling. That figure in black robes, is that not the half-saint ancestor of my Hun clan, the one who vanished with the Bodhi Ancient Tree as recorded in our ancient texts? At his outburst, everyone's hearts shook violently, their gazes locking onto the lifeless figure. Indeed, its eyes were hollow, its aura soulless, as if it were nothing but an empty shell. The faces of everyone present turned grim under the suffocating aura of the 5 puppets. Gu Qingyang's expression was dark as he muttered, "These are not mere Du-venerates, but half-saint puppets. To describe them as terrifying is not enough." Even Xiao Yan's heart grew heavy. Yet when his gaze shifted toward the Bodhi Heart blazing within the halo on the ancient trunk, determination flared once more. If we want it, we must fight. There is no turning back. He turned to his companions, his tone solemn. Shuna gu qingyang Medusa, little doctor, fairy qing ling gu hua gu huin. If we all join forces, we may stand a chance. If anyone wishes to retreat, do so now. But at this point, no one backed down. They all knew to retreat here was certain death. The other factions quickly reached their own decisions. Hun Yu sneered faintly. We'll take one puppet, the rest distribute as you will. Jiu Feng of the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan also nodded coldly. Fine, we'll deal with one. The remaining two the others may handle together. With roles decided, the tense atmosphere erupted instantly into chaos. The battle begins. The 5 half-saint puppets moved simultaneously. One black-robed figure suddenly stepped forward. Its stiff motion somehow traversed space in an instant, appearing before Xiao Yan. Boom! A massive palm strike tore through space itself, descending like thunder toward his head. Xiao Yan stomped heavily, summoning a towering pillar of molten rock from the ground. It smashed against the puppet, yet the body barely trembled. The palm strike still pressed down with unstoppable might. At that instant, more than a dozen attacks from Shuna gu qingyang Medusa and the others slammed into the puppet, barely dispersing its power.
The only way is to crush its head, Xiao Yan shouted.
Activating the diamond-glazed body, golden light erupted from him as his fist swelled with destructive force. With a roar, he struck the puppet's skull. Cracks spread across its surface, but it did not collapse. The puppet turned its palm, smashing into Xiao Yan's shoulder, sending him staggering back dozens of steps. His bones creaked under the blow, but thanks to the Dragon Emperor ancient armor, the damage was not fatal.
Finish it, Xiao Yan bellowed.
Shuna unleashed her great annihilation finger. Gu Qingyang erupted with his strongest Du technique. Medusa summoned a thunderous lightning pillar, while Little Dr. Fairy and Gu Huin both poured in their might. Boom! The combined strike struck like judgment itself. The puppet's head, already fractured, exploded into fragments. Its body trembled violently, then disintegrated into dust, scattering into the wind. Xiao Yan exhaled heavily, wiping cold sweat from his forehead. He quickly produced several pills, tossing them to his comrades. Recover your doqi immediately, Algard. No one objected. They swallowed the pills and sat cross-legged, channeling their energy to heal. The wider battlefield. Elsewhere, the scene was far more tragic. In Hun Yu's group, one Hall of Souls expert had already been slain by a puppet. The Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan sustained heavy losses, though they barely managed to hold their ground. The weaker factions fared the worst. Several Dou ancestors had already perished, their corpses shattered under the puppet's terrifying strikes. Shuna glanced toward the other battlefields and whispered, Xiao Yan, should we help them? Xiao Yan shook his head. Not now. Don't forget they're also competitors for the Bodhi Heart. If we lend a hand, they may turn their blades on us the moment we falter. Better to let them expend their strength. Shuna bit her lip, then nodded. She understood this was not the place for mercy. Episode ending. After a bitter struggle, one puppet had been destroyed, yet 4 remained battling fiercely with the surviving factions. The air trembled beneath the might of half-saint puppets and countless Du techniques, while the earth ran red with blood. Clenching his fists, Xiao Yan's eyes blazed as he fixed his gaze upon the radiant halo within the ancient tree.
The Bodhi Heart, no matter what, I must obtain it.
Episode 166, End.